What's up, you guys? This is Hutch, and today we're going to be taking a look at the Splinter Cell Conviction demo. I've got a chance to play the actual game before I got to play this, but this demo is going to be kind of setting you guys up for what's going to happen, and it introduces you to Sam Fisher and what he can do in the game.
All field operatives, this is Ari. Activate your HUD feeds for tactical briefing. We have a positive ID on Sam Fisher in Valletta, Malta. Your objective is to retrieve Fisher. He is to be brought in alive if possible. However, lethal force is authorized. Fisher was our first Splinter Cell. He went rogue 3 years ago and now relies on improvised techniques on top of the training we gave him. He's particularly adept at working in shadows. Biometrics data indicates that he's actually better at identifying targets while operating from concealment. So consider yourselves warned. Just because you can't see him doesn't mean you're safe. Fisher is also skilled at marking and executing multiple targets simultaneously. His standard MO starts with a hand-to-hand takedown, after which he picks his targets and positions himself to eliminate them. He's also been known to mark explosives and environment-based traps this way. So even if he's not targeting you directly, you may still be in the line of fire. And since this is Sam Fisher we're talking about, he can vanish, flank you, and leave you shooting at the spot where you thought he was, right up until the moment he snaps your neck. So be aware of his actual position at all times, and don't rely on the last known. It'll get you killed. That's all there is. Good luck. Ari out.
Looking for me, asshole.
So about the only problem that I have with the game so far is the way that he just said asshole. I don't know, I didn't buy it personally, but whatever, it's Sam Fisher, he can do whatever the hell he wants. So I love Splinter Cell. I'm really excited about this game, really excited to be playing it right now. And so far it hasn't disappointed. Now what's going on in this part of the demo, it's the very first time that you're actually doing something with the gameplay. This douchebag knows something about the guy that killed your daughter, and it's your job to get the information out of him. Now as you can see, the more he talks, it actually shows what's going on within the story in this sort of like grainy black and white projector image that they just throw on top of the actual video in game. It's actually a really clever way to kind of explain what's going on and keep the player up to date with what they should be doing, objectives, things like that. When I first saw previews for this game and I saw that they were going to be using that kind of mechanic, at first I was like, I don't know, it just seems kind of campy. But the more that I play it, the more that I see that it actually really fits and it's really innovative. I've never seen a game do something like that so far. And for this interrogation scene, it's pretty straightforward. It's not supposed to be really fun. It's just basically supposed to introduce you to this idea that, or this new concept, a way of storytelling, and then cutscene's over. So this is the first level that you play in the demo. It's actually the only level, and there's two parts to it. Technically three if you include that interrogation. There's this part, which is to infiltrate this compound. The second part you'll see coming up here in a minute. And also, as you can see on the screen, there again is another example of that little grainy black and white projection that they just throw on items in the environment. So here's the main mechanic of the game. After you take down an enemy, you can mark up to, I think, 3 enemies at a time by using the right bumper. And then once you see that little red icon above their name, you just press Y and he takes them out real quick. Here I'm just kind of fumbling around with the weapons to see if I kind of wished that I still had my silenced weapon, so I went back to get it and it wasn't there. So my bad. It looks like I'm rolling with an MP5. And it's funny because this is actually, this part of the demo, what I'm playing right now, is a great example of exactly how you shouldn't be playing the game, which is just running and gunning. Now I do a pretty good job right here, but once I get in the building it gets a little hairy. So here you see me mark the 2 guys and then take them out real quick just like that. So normally I don't really like games to do things for me. Things like QuickTime events, stuff like that, they just don't really interest me that much. And here I'm using these EMPs because I'm still figuring out the button layout, because I don't know, when I first play a game I never ever look at the instruction manual. I really don't prefer to go through tutorial sections of games. I just get really impatient. It always bites me in the ass. So as you can see, I've already wasted 2 MPs, but whatever. It's a demo, right? Shouldn't be too difficult. As I was saying, though, I don't really like too often for games to do things for me. But in this game, in terms of I'm sounding like Sea Nanners. With the whole idea of you do that takedown and then you can mark 2 enemies and kind of get the job done that way, it doesn't bother me that much, honestly, because the thing that makes Splinter Cell so awesome is that it's all about looking at an environment, taking it in, and then deciding the best way to approach it from that point on. It's a very tactical game. Now this part right here is when I just kind of royally fuck up and just treat it like it was Call of Duty or Gears of War or something like that. And when I approached it like this wasn't fun for me because the game itself is not like, it's not supposed to be like a Gears of War clone. I mean, the emphasis is on the tactics and how you approach each level. And when you treat it like sort of a brawler or standard shooter, it just kind of loses its charm. So here I'm just kind of like trying to find the dudes and just finish up this level, so I can move on to the next point. And as you can see in the next little segment that I work on, I do a much better job of taking in the environment and treating it more tactically. So let's just let this play out, and I'll pick back up here when the second mission starts.
No sign of the hostile!
Getting a little cocky there.
Alright, so here's where the game shines. I've successfully infiltrated this building, and now it's giving me this mission to save this scientist, which this guy's pulling an Ike Turner on her over there and just beating the shit out of her. So I watched that for a minute, and I've already seen that cutscene because at this point I'd played through this a couple times. And so I know the best way to play through this level, and you see right here, again, another example of that projection thing. It's actually kind of charming. What do you guys think of that layout? I like it. So here I'm using my little sonar, sends a little wave, and so I can see there's about 4 guys in my immediate vicinity. There's 3 guys in this room. I can't just rush and take this guy out right to my right. I have to play it a little bit more safe, so I'm going to turn around this corner, get my flashbang ready, chuck a flashbang over there. So now they're stunned. I can do this takedown right here, and now I can do that marking system. So mark him, press Y, you're good to go. Also, as you can see, I didn't mention it before, but when they can't see you, when you're hiding in the shadows successfully and you're doing well, the environment turns into black and white, and they stay in color, which is really awesome. So again, chuck a flashbang. Now I'm going to run up on this dude. I should have pressed the left bumper to run faster. It took me a second there, but I did. So now I take cover, mark 1, mark 2, and there they go. That little silhouette that you see right there, every time you drop into cover, it saves the last point in which they saw you. Now here I just took them out because there was nothing else for me to do. So I'm still using my sonar. I turn off my my night vision goggles, turn them back on. I don't know what, I think I was just fumbling around at this point. So I'm going to turn around this corner. Let's use that sonar. So I see that there's 3 guys. I'm going to go upstairs. And again, it turns black and white, letting me know that they can't see me as long as I'm in this black and white environment. And once again, I confirm that there's 3 guys. 2 guys are bunched up together, and 1 guy's by himself. So usually the best strategy is to take out the straggler with the takedown and then mark the other 2 enemies. So let's see if we can pull that off here. Hey, asshole. I'm gonna jump on you. Here comes the jump. Left trigger to drop down. I'm gonna take him out. However, not very gracefully. Mark 1, Mark 2, and there they go. So that's almost the end of the level. I thought the demo was awesome. I think the game is awesome so far. Really looking forward to just playing through the rest of this game because it's amazing. Well, so far. So I hope you guys enjoyed this little breakdown of the demo.